Hey, what's good, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I hope your day is going great today. Got a cool plugin I want to show off for you. It's called Opticom. Now, these are used in emergency vehicles like police, fire, EMS, and I'm going to show you a showcase first of what the mod actually does. It's a cool plugin I think you guys are going to really love. And then after this showcase, I'm going to give you some interesting facts about Opticom, because a lot of people know that I'm a licensed paramedic for the state of Texas. I've been a medic for over 20 years in Texas. And if you want to get some education a little bit about what Opticom is in real life, then stick around right after the showcase. You can learn about that. But if you just want to jump to the install process, I don't blame you. I mean, who would want to listen to me about Opticom, right? You would just get down to the timestamp down below to install this thing. Now that is the Opticom Showcase. Now the plugin itself seems to work pretty well. I like it. But if you want to know what the Opticom is, as in real life experience, a lot of people know that join the channel that I am a licensed paramedic for the state of Texas. So what is the Opticom exactly? Well, you kind of guessed it by the showcase. It allows the emergency traffic, whether it be, police, fire, EMS, to safely get through an intersection and to kind of prevent traffic collisions. But more importantly, on top of that, it allows the emergency traffic to get to an emergency scene, 20% faster. Especially working as a medic, we have to get some of these cardiac patients sometimes within 4 minutes, and that's almost impossible to go if you had clear sailing with no traffic at all. So you can imagine what it would be like in a congested area. And chances are you've seen the Opticom device and you haven't really paid attention to it because it gets confused with the traffic cameras. The traffic cameras are typically, like white or sometimes tan. They're usually about, a foot above the traffic light itself, sometimes 2 or 3 feet above the traffic light, and they're usually pointed downwards. And that's to kind of prevent sun glare, because it needs to detect whether a vehicle is present there to activate the light. The Opticom typically is going to be a kind of a low level style of camera. It's typically going to be black, and it's going to be either on top of the traffic light or on the bar of the traffic light. Now, Opticom's been around for a good while now, and it was first introduced, it was working off of strobe lights coming from the emergency vehicles that were approaching, and it would eventually, turn green. But the emergency vehicle had to still approach the traffic light, and then the Opticom device would have to see the strobe effect, from the light itself, and it would eventually turn green, and they would get the green light. Over time, they've introduced, like infrared sensors. It can detect the emergency vehicle approaching up to 2,500 feet, which is a pretty good distance. That's almost, half a mile. Now with the Opticom, it would blow your mind if I was to tell you that there's third-party companies out there that have a GPS system, and it could be a multi-county, subscription-based to certain third-party companies that works off a satellite and the cloud-based system. It is crazy how it can determine how fast the emergency vehicle is approaching, in which direction they're coming to activate the Opticom. So it's pretty cool, but I wanted to give you some really cool education about what the Opticom is, because it is a real life thing and a lot of people don't even know it exists. And they see these black cameras and they just think that they're, traffic sensors. But in fact, that is the Opticom. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get this thing installed. I'm going to show you how to do it coming up right now. Let's go. I'll provide a link for you. It's called Opticom. It is by Silent Dev, and you can kind of read about it right here in the description of the download. And we're going to get this onto our desktop. How to install this, it's extremely easy. Over to the left, we have the main game directory for GTA 5. Over to the right, we have the Opticom. Take that plugins folder over to the right and just drag it right into your main game directory and you're done. That's it. Just open your plugins folder and you're going to see another folder in here called LSPDFR. When you go into LSPDFR, you're going to see 3 files called Opticom. One of the files is going to be a .ini. If you do not see that ini, what you do is go to the very top of your file explorer, click on view, check out your view settings right there. Make sure that file name extensions are checked off. If you want to go into the Opticom ini, that's the config file. When you open that up, you're going to see to turn it off or on, you can press the F6 key. If you're not happy with the F6 key, then change it to a key that you like. And that's the easy install. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Until next time, we'll see you in the next patrol. Take care and stay safe.